Hello, my name's Ted Gauthier. I'm a Glen-L builder, and been given this opportunity to ask a fellow Glen-L builder a few questions about his boat. Can you tell us your name and what kind of boat that you built?
Sure. My name's Bob Brandenstein. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I built a Malahini, a 16-foot runabout.
Oh, great, Bob. I saw your boat. It's just really spectacular. Everybody just walks up to it and just walks around it and walks around it. You just really got to be proud. Can you tell us a little bit about how much time it took you to build that boat?
Sure. It took me about a year and a half. I started about Thanksgiving in 2010, and I launched it this year, 2012, in June. So a little over a year and a half. Although a lot of the times is waiting for the state of Missouri to register it or waiting for the weather to be right so the epoxy sets or whatever. So, but a year and a half, I guess, is about right.
Okay, the big question that everybody asks with the internet out there, there's a lot of places to get plans for boats,
hmm
and you could have picked plans from anybody, but you decided on Glen-L. Why did you pick Glen-L, and specifically the model, the Malahini that you built?
Well, Glen-L has hundreds of boats to pick from. That's, I think, number one. When you start looking on the internet for boat plans, some places have one or two, but Glen-L had hundreds to pick from. So whether you want an inboard or outboard, whatever, and whatever size you want, you can find it at the Glen-L site. And the Malahini in particular was my boat because it fit my garage. I had a 20-foot garage. The 16-foot boat fit in it just perfectly, and I had no trouble building in the garage. So it's just exactly the kind of plan I wanted, and they had it.
Okay, well, we have a lot of boats here that are just spectacular, and yours is one of them. Are you an expert carpenter or craftsman that you have the skill to build this kind of a boat?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, never built a boat before, and I think that's true of almost anybody here. They've never built a boat before, but they have an interest in doing it. And I do have some woodworking experience. I mean, around the house and fixing stuff. I like to do that. I have a bunch of tools, but I've never built a boat before, and I think anybody can do it given the desire and the interest to do it. So
If you had to recommend one thing to someone that's thinking about building a boat, what would be your suggestion?
I would say just do it. Take your time and use the Glen-L Forum to get help. There's a lot of support there. And take your time and do it the way you want it. That's the nice thing about building a boat. You know, the hull is kind of preset by the plans, but once you flip the boat over, it's your own design. You can do the interior the way you want it, the deck the way you want it, you know, and spend as much or as little as you want. So it's really your boat then when it's done.
Okay, this particular model is a Malahini. Can you tell us a little bit about the performance and what you think that the range of costs that a typical builder would have building this type of a project?
Well, it goes pretty good. I have a 65 horsepower Mercury on it. I found a used one on Craigslist, and it works pretty well. It'll take up to like a 90, and some people I think have put 100 on it. So I get about 33 miles per hour out of it, and it planes real well. Big waves, I have to watch it on big waves because I get sprayed sometimes, but it seems to handle it very well. And I think anybody who built it would enjoy the boat.
And the costs?
Oh, the cost. Yeah, I think I'm probably in the $9,000 range it cost me to build it. You could do a lot less. I mean, the mahogany and the upholstery, you know, there's a few $1,000s of wood and upholstery in it. I didn't spend a lot on the motor and the trailer, and obviously a new motor would have added thousands to that, but I think you can do whatever you want. It still would be in the $4,000 to $5,000 range, probably minimum, and over 10,000 if you really, you know, got crazy.
Okay, we're here at the gathering in Tennessee
hmm
where all the Glen-L builders get together and share their boats and give each other's rides. Many of us are staying in floating cabins. Some of us are in land cabins or in the RV park. What can you tell us about your experience here with the gathering?
It's been really interesting and unique. This is my first year, and the floating cabins are kind of like living in an RV almost. They're kind of bouncing in the water, and it's very cool. But it's neat to be here on the water. Love looking out at the water, and the boat is parked right outside our cabin, so we can just sort of hop in the boat and take a ride or give somebody a ride. It's really kind of cool. And then all the people here are all boat builders, so they you have a lot of shared experience and knowledge. So it's really kind of cool.
Well, you really need to be proud of your boat I built a Zip, which is the little sister to this boat. My wife took a ride in your boat, and she come back and she says, I love that Malahini. So you've got it right here, first class, that you really did a nice job, and thanks for talking with us.